For quite some time, the federal government has offered a tax credit to homeowners who installed solar, wind, geothermal, or fuel cell power generation. The Inflation Reduction Act extended these credits to 2034 and made some minor changes to what expenses can be claimed to get the credit. I'm the Tax Geek, and here is the Residential Clean Energy Credit, oversimplified. This credit is different from the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit that provides credits for making your home more energy efficient through new insulation, doors and windows, high-efficiency HVAC systems, or heat pumps. To learn more about that credit, click the card above or the link in the video description. The Residential Clean Energy Credit is a tax credit of 30% of the materials and installation cost of clean energy power generation. These include solar electric panels and water heaters, wind turbines, geothermal heat pumps, fuel cells, and battery storage technology. Except for fuel cells, which have their own set of rules, there is no annual or lifetime limit for the credit. The credit can be claimed by all filing statuses, and there are no upper adjusted gross income limitations. The credit is non-refundable. However, any credit you are not allowed to take because of limited tax liability may be carried forward to future years until it is used up. The home must be a home you live in, but unlike the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit, you don't have to own the home, and it can be a second home. Eligible expenses include material and installation costs of the system, and does not include finance charges or costs to improve the structure of the home to accommodate solar panels or energy storage. Manufacturer or utility company rebates must be subtracted from eligible expenses, but most state and local incentives do not need to be taken into account. The Residential Clean Energy Credit is claimed on Form 5695, page 1. You should have your installation contract at hand for reference while completing the form. You don't send it with the tax return, but you should retain it with your records. Future regulations will require installers to report their transactions to the IRS to keep the credit from being claimed fraudulently. Let's see how the form is filled out using this example. We first met Zack and Lydia in the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit video. In addition to the energy efficiency improvements they made to their home, they also decided to install solar panels at a cost of $37,500. They previously filled out Part 2 of the form to claim their Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit, so now they'll fill out Part 1. Near the top, they entered the address of the property where the solar panels were installed, which happens to be their main home. The cost of the solar panels is then entered on line 1. Since they have no other clean energy credits to claim, the amount on line 1 is also entered on line 6A and multiplied by 0.3 to arrive at a tentative credit of $11,250, which is entered on line 6B. They did not install fuel cells and have no credit to carry forward from a prior year, so the amount they entered on line 6B is also entered on line 13. Their credit for this year is limited to their tax liability of $9,439, less their Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit of $2,873, or $6,556. This amount is entered on line 15 of the form and is transferred to Schedule 3, line 5A, and added to the other credit they claimed is entered on line 20 of their Form 1040. This effectively reduces their tax liability to zero. The remaining $4,694 of the credit is entered on line 16 of the form and is carried forward to next year. Next year, Zack and Lydia will file another Form 5695, this time completing only lines 12 through 16. If their 2024 tax liability is similar to their 2023 liability, they should be able to claim the remainder of the credit. Unlike many tax credits, the Residential Clean Energy Credit is relatively uncomplicated. Shh! Don't tell the IRS. But there are additional details to the credit that are not covered in this video. Additional information and resources are linked in the video description. Please like the video if you found it informative and share it with anyone else who could find it useful. For additional videos like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And of course, your questions, comments, and suggestions are always welcome in the comment space below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with more of your taxes oversimplified.